All right, yo. Uh, I'm definitely not a hater. I don't. I don't tend to. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I am a hater. Sometimes I do judge, just for the sake of judging, and I know I shouldn't do it. However, I do it anyway. Um, that being said, I'm not trying to judge or make fun of anybody. Um, but I was watching YouTube, and there's this YouTube named Q Star, who's a pretty funny dude. I like how he reads. I like the sound of his voice. It's funny as fuck, and he knows how to read and all that good shit. Uh, anyway, uh, so that dude Q Star, he does a lot of he does a lot of videos where he goes to different communities. Like he does incels, he does nice guys, all this shit. Different online communities, subcultures, things like that, and analyzes them, reads stories about them, shit like that. And he's been lately, like he did a video on Otherkin. Um, so he did one video on that, and then I guess today he put out another video where he goes a little bit more into it. And these things he's reading like Otherkin surveys from like Tumblr and shit. Tumblr, is like the burning dumpster of the internet, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I used to have a Tumblr, and but I would put up like, you know, I would write and shit. When I was in college, I had a fucking Tumblr. Anyway, um, so he's talking about Otherkin. So I'm like, yo, let me look this shit up, because it seems weird to me. I just can't, uh, fathom. Uh, I'm a Rowan, or I'm a Rowankin, I guess. I identify strictly with myself, man. Um, I don't know. I love myself as a human. I think, I'm not the best. I'm not the greatest thing in the world, but I'm happy with what I am. There are people that identify as dirt and worms and shit. And then there's this weird thing where now it's like, um, well, I identify with a wolf, therefore my identifying with a wolf is equivalent to somebody identifying as gay, or you know, somebody identifying as trans. They're trying to make that into an equivalency, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that's apples and oranges. You know what I'm saying? Um, it really is. You know, it really is, because how is somebody feeling like dirt, right? A dirtkin or a wormkin. How's that equivalent to somebody having gender dysmorphia and identifying with a woman? You know, that's not equivalent. There's no equivalency there. I guess you could say with the dysmorphia is the equivalent thing, but I just don't even see it, because what sexuality does dirt have? You know, to be tread upon or some shit. That's fetishistic. You don't need to be a piece of dirt to have a girl walk all over your face, or a guy walk all over your face. You don't need. You can be a human for that. Um, you don't need to go crazy. But then I was like, let me read some of this stuff. So I type in Otherkin, and I come across this Godkin, Godkin, Godkin. Okay, similar to deitykin, divinekin. What? Let me read this, and then I'll give my opinion. Godkin, similar to deitykin, divinekin, are other kin who identify as divine beings, whether this is a deity that is well known, such as feeling spiritually connected to Dionysus, or one that came to existence with the person. Okay, God can. Let's read some of the comments, because that was like a piss poor. That was a piss poor article. But let's read some of these comments here. Godkin are rare A godkin is a type of celestial. Most are gods exiled from their pantheons for being too dangerous. As a celestial, their powers are dormant, and they must break their binding to this world to retain their powers. Or it's just they're you know, kids that grew up in the fucking suburbs reading too much Harry Potter and decided that the suburbs is too non-special and they wanted to be special. So, you know, everybody's talking about, oh, I'm a wolfkin, I'm a dirtkin. Fuck that shit. I'm a godkin. That's just my opinion, though. Alright, let's read some more of these comments. We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Yo, I just got rickrolled. I was wondering where that was going. I was like, why is he rickrolling me? But I just kept on reading it. But I'm telling you, man, it's fucked up. But honestly, this comment deserves to be rickrolled. And it's pretty hilarious. Yo, I'm telling you, it's amazing. Anyway, shit, I should have got rickrolled. That's hilarious. But yeah, look, this is my opinion. After I got rickrolled, this is the thing. You know, and I'm starting to do these silences now. That's stupid because I'm trying to gather my thoughts because I'm slinging dick here. You know, I'm just freestyling all these. You know, my podcast is just freestyle. Everything's completely freestyle. But let's talk a little bit about this Otherkin thing. My opinions on it, whatever. They're not really that valid. Who gives a fuck? My opinion doesn't really matter as long as it makes you happy. But I think that identifying as an Otherkin, that's not gonna really make you happy because at the end of the day, you're a human being. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know. You think about it. I'm sure that if animals could fucking could analyze the situation a little bit more, they'd want to be fucking humans, you know. I mean, who wants to be? I keep on going back to the dirtkin thing because it's fucking hilarious to me. Dirtkin, dirt fucking kin. I don't get that, but look, you're not going to be happy identifying with a piece of dirt or identifying with a fucking worm or identifying with a vampire or identifying with a dragon or a unicorn or a mermaid or any of that shit. It's one thing to take cues from those mythological creatures and maybe I don't know, use them to color your personality a little bit, or maybe you get inspired by them, or maybe you put elements of them into your dress, whatever. That's cool, you know, that's fine. But to identify with those things, you know, I've said before, you know, I used to say that I was a great dragon. You know, I would be high on LSD, tripping balls. And then somebody would fucking give me access to Facebook and I'd be like, I feel like a brilliant dragon flying through the skies, blah, 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 you know, bugging out, tripping on acid and whatnot, you know, fun times. I don't recommend them, by the way. And don't listen to me. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I've never identified with anything other than me, Yo-Yo. Yeah. And it even took a while to identify as Yo-Yo. That was my army nickname, you know. My family nickname is Flaco, skinny. Because I was a fucking skinny. I was a skinny growing up. Anyway, that doesn't even matter though. But yeah, I've never identified with anything other than Rowan, which is my real name. And I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Godkin. That seems so solipsistic. Um, it just seems like you're just. I mean, it's solipsistic really isn't quite the word, but it fits though. Because you're Godkin. You really have to have some fucking balls to be like, I identify with a fucking god. You really have to. You have to have some balls. You gotta. I mean, and think about it. The people that identify as Godkin, these motherfuckers are probably 300 pounds and smell like jockstraps. And look, I'm sorry that I'm coming out like that, all crazy and vicious like that. But that's just what it is, man. Do you really think that if you identify, let's say you identify with Godkin or dirt, whatever the fuck it is, right? You identify with something that isn't you, right? Are you going to be more prone to wash your ass and have good hygiene, interact with other people, especially if you think you're a fucking Godkin? You're gonna be like, everybody else is beneath me, So it's gonna make it harder for you to identify with other people. And but even if you're not Godkin, even if let's say you're Wolfkin or whatever the fuck it is, you're not gonna do the things to take care of you as a human being. You're not gonna be able to have the capability to do that, because you're gonna be off in the fantasy of, I'm a wolf, I'm a god, I'm a dirtkin, I'm a this, I'm a that. And that's crazy. That's just gonna compound your problems more. Because you're gonna be like, okay, well, I don't want to identify with my stupid old human self, so I'm gonna identify as, I don't want to keep on using the Godkin thing because that's pompous ass bullshit, but and I dare anybody to try to tell me otherwise, because it is pompous ass bullshit. But anyway, let's say you identify with a wolf or whatever the case may be. You're not gonna be paying attention to yourself. You're not. It's gonna compound your social issues. Because who the fuck is gonna want to listen to you act like a fucking wolf or some crazy shit? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna give a fuck about that. They're gonna think you're fucking weird. And there's other ways. Look, I'm infinitely fucking weird, okay? I am a weird motherfucker, all right? I don't want you to think I'm not weird. I am so fucking weird that I will, and it just has to do with my mind and shit too. I'm so weird. I'll tell you a really weird thing about myself. I'm so weird. I won't really listen to music. I listen to music. I love music. I can sing, all that good shit. But rather than listen to music, I like to listen to lectures. I feel like they soothe me more, right? And then I divide it. So that's not really a weird thing, right? Listening to lectures, it's not really that weird, right? But I divide the lectures, right? Between the junk food and the good food lectures, right? So the good food lectures would be something like something out of the great courses, or maybe listening to Jordan Peterson, or listening to a Joe Rogan podcast. That's what I would consider like a good food lecture, right? And I feel like if I listen to something like that, it's always gonna edify me, right? And then I got the junk food lectures, right? That's all shit like Bill Schneebelin or Dr. Scott Johnson from Contending the Truth. Although I kind of really do genuinely kind of like to listen to him. But the Prophecy Club and like ancient aliens and conspiracy theories and debunking conspiracy theories and all that shit, right? That's like junk food for me. I'll listen to the junk food. I'll listen to hours and hours and hours, and I have done this, hours and hours and hours of preachers, Christian preachers, not totally believe in it. You know, you know, I'm not an atheist or whatever, but I don't believe in, I don't believe in most preachers. I don't really believe in the state of Christianity today. I really don't really even want to get too deep into my beliefs right now. But suffices to say that I don't I'll listen to crazy preachers that aren't giving me any value for hours on end, and for no reason, just because I like it, because I'm a weirdo, and I think you know, it's just, and people will come, you know, like my family or whoever, you know, ex-girlfriends, you know, current girlfriends, and everybody in my life, they'll walk in on me listening to Christian preaching out loud, and they'll be like, Rowan, what the fuck are you doing? You don't even believe in that shit. But I just love it. So look, we're all weird. We're all goofy. We're all freaks. We all have something special about us. Not really. And there's no need for you to pretend to be something that you're not, you know? Because honestly, you know, let's kick the ballistics here. What are the chances? I mean, okay, you identify as a godkin, right? Somebody identifies as tranny, they could, you know, dude identifies as a woman, they get the operation. It's fine. You get that operation, you can do that. And you can alter yourself. And possibly with things like CRISPR, in the future we'll be able to alter ourselves from a deep genetic basis, you know. So you might even be able to change your genetic sex maybe like 50 years into the future, you know. Let's say that. Okay, that's one thing. Another thing is, what changes are you gonna make to yourself, to your physique, to alter yourself as a god? I mean, what could you possibly fucking do? You know? I heard voidkin. Voidkin? You know, what could you possibly do to make yourself look like a void? It makes no sense. I could see, you know, a furry, you know, a motherfucker wants to put on a motherfucking, you know, a furry suit or something. I can see that. Because at least, alright, you identify as a fucking wolf and you're dressing kind of like a wolf, alright, sure. But these other kins, man, Dirtkin, what are you gonna fucking wear? You know? I mean, fucking suit made out of fucking sandpaper or some shit? Or, you know what, like, what exactly is it? I don't know. It all seems super crazy to me, but it's because, you know, and you know, I'm only a little bit hating, you know. I'm not really hating severely, you know. I don't want, you know, I wish y'all the best if you identify as some other kin or whatever. I wish you the best, and you know, I wish you a happy, fulfilled life. I hope you can, you know, do those things that make you fulfilled. However, just realistically think about it, because you could waste your entire life trying to be something that you will never be, right? You know, you could waste your entire life trying to be a godkin or a dragon or a kitty cat, or you can embrace yourself as a human and love yourself and truly delve deep into what it means to be a human, because I promise you're going to be excited about it and you're going to love it. But you need to really look deep, you know? And yeah, that's, I really don't got nothing else to say about the Otherkin. And look, I don't know much about it. I'm really like I'm ignorant to it. Um, I'm gonna admit that. I'm not some prognosticator. I don't really know shit. All that I know is that I don't know shit. And also that I'm insanely fascinated by everything. I know that as well. Everything and anything fascinates me. Um, but look, all I want is for you, as a human, to be happy, healthy, and to have a lot of love in your life. Because those are, you know, humans do live off of food and water, but they also live off of love and kindness. And, I'm not the most kind person in the world. Fuck no. And I haven't been. I try to be. But I just want y'all to know. I'm not hating on anybody who identifies as another thing. All I'm just saying is think about it. Humans are so awesome that they can pretend to think that they're something that they're not. So think about that. Think about how cool that is. And think about all the other things you could do if you simply embraced your humanity and you decided to just live your life as a regular old human being. And regular old human beings are, that's exciting in and of itself. So yeah, much love, and I'll see you again on the next one.